Woodman here. I wanted to talk to you about finding a spouse, finding a partner, someone who you can be legally wed to, whether that's wife to husband, husband to wife, whatever form the union might be. And you should seek someone who has compassion, kindness, and mutual respect. The Buddha taught that a good partnership is based on deep understanding and the ability to support each other's spiritual growth. According to the Sigalovada Sutta, a husband should cherish and respect his wife and vice versa. The focus is less on finding the perfect partner and more on being a good partner through right actions as well as intentions. Now, that kind of helps us understand from a Buddhist standpoint, but what about from Confucianism? Confucianism emphasizes harmony, respect, and duty in relationships. The Analects of Confucius highlight the importance of roles and responsibilities in maintaining both familial as well as social harmony. A perfect spouse, in Confucian terms, would be one who adheres to these principles, creating a balanced and respectful partnership. Marriage is seen as a way to strengthen familial ties and to ensure societal stability. And the ideal partner is one who contributes to this harmony. So we've talked about Buddhism and Confucianism. What about the Emerald Tablets? The Emerald Tablets, which have been attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, I'm always terrible with saying that word, are more esoteric and focus on the nature of the universe and spiritual alchemy rather than giving direct advice on relationships. However, their emphasis is on inner balance and the union of opposites, which can be applied metaphorically to finding a life partner who complements and balances one's own qualities. In other words, you don't have to be the same. You don't have to seek someone who's exactly like you. But you should seek someone who complements you well, and that what one doesn't bring to the table, the other will, and vice versa. And so, in that way, their partnership is good because each of them brings something to the table that the other does not, and they can use that to be a power couple and to be able to take the world by storm. Now, what about the Rig Veda? Well, the Rig Veda reflects that marriage is sacred, and husband and wife, the duties and roles they fulfill are also very sacred. Maintaining a good partnership is part of dharma, and dharma is in effect a form of good karma. What about the Samaveda? While the Samaveda focuses more on musical chants and rituals, the principles of harmony and rhythm can also be metaphorically related to the balance needed in a marital relationship. In other words, both of them should be a very complementary and create a sort of equilibrium between the two, in which they work together using their talents in a way that makes the union extremely advantageous. What about the Yajurveda? Well, this provides instructions for various rituals, including marriage ritual ceremonies. It underscores the importance of performing one's duties and the sanctity of the marital bond. So, even though it's more ritualistic, it does nevertheless stress the importance of maintaining one's honor and one's duties. What about the Atharva Veda? Well, this contains specific hymns related to marital harmony, including prayers for a loving and understanding spouse. This suggests that a successful marriage is blessed by divine forces and involves mutual respect and support. So we're seeing a theme here through many of these that mutual respect and support is important. You cannot have a lopsided relationship. If one person feels that they are superior to the other, you're going to have issues. And so let's go to the next spiritual text, which is the Tao Te Ching, right, which is attributed to Lao Tzu. And this speaks of harmony, balance, and naturalness in all things. In relationships, this translates to finding a partner who aligns with one's own natural way, which is the Tao, and complements one's life path. The ideal partnership is one that flows effortlessly and harmoniously without force or conflict. If you find that you're at odds on many things and that you don't look at it as a compliment or a balance, but rather as a roadblock or impediment to your own life journey, then this is probably not your right spouse. What about the Bhagavad Gita? Well, the Bhagavad Gita is part of the Mahabharata, and it speaks of duty, which is implicit in the concept of dharma, the idea of devotion, and the importance of righteousness in all aspects of life, including relationships. So, finding the perfect partner here involves understanding one's own dharma and supporting the dharma of the spouse or partner so that each can fulfill their respective duties in life. What about the Bible? Well, the New Testament Christian texts do emphasize love, respect, and mutual support in marriage. Ephesians chapter 5, verses 25 to 33 speak of husbands loving their wives as Christ loved the church, and wives respecting their husbands. The ideal partner is one who loves selflessly and supports spiritually. In other words, this really shouldn't be a marriage that's based on what can you do for me, what do you bring to the table, but one more of actual harmonious love in the sense that each complements the other and supports the other emotionally, spiritually, and within the faith. In Islam, also, marriage is based on mutual respect and love. The Quran emphasizes the importance of kindness, compassion, and fulfilling each other's rights and responsibilities. A perfect partner is one who is devout, respectful, and supportive. Now, mindful, I know some people think of Islam as supporting, one man, many wives, but you could also say the same thing about Mormonism as well, right? Which is a Christian religion. That you always have this idea that you're going to have one man to many wives, but really here more of the emphasis is based on one partner to one wife, particularly in Islam, because Islam says that if you have favorites, like let's say you do have multiple spouses, and if you have favorites, you're not doing your service to that one particular partner individually, because what you're doing is you're playing favorites, and if you can't treat them all equally, then you shouldn't get into a multiple marriage situation at all. Everyone has to work together, everyone has to love each other equally. There can be no favorites. It's like saying, oh, you're my favorite child. I mean, how does that make the other children feel, right? You can't do that. You have to love your partners equally. You have to be able to work as a team, whether it's Mormonism, Islam, whatever case may be, where you have these polyamorous or polygamous or however you want to call it relationships. I don't even know the proper terms for it because I don't do that, but I'm just talking in general. Um, so now, what about ride or die? I mean, ride or die is an important concept that comes up here because you have to form strengthened emotional connections. And so, if you don't have that ride or die philosophy, you're not going to do well in a relationship. You need to have a partner who is consistently there for you and who can provide emotional stability. Knowing that your spouse will stand by you regardless of the circumstances can alleviate stress and anxiety, contributing to better mental health and a more harmonious relationship. Now, I'm not saying that one partner should become this evil being and then the other partner is like, oh yeah, well, you're going down the path to evil and I'm going to support your evil pursuits. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I am talking about is that sometimes the relationship will be challenged because a situation may look bad against one partner as opposed to the other, but the other partner has to have faith that they chose the right person, and that if this situation seems dark at the moment, that they can both get it through it together. They can overcome obstacles together. They can enhance their communication. They can deepen their understanding. They can support one another, and they can increase the overall satisfaction in their relationship. And so, to the extent that one partner even would even think of doing evil, that's a lack of shared values. In other words, being in a ride or die relationship also means that you need to be with someone who you're, I guess, equally yoked with, someone who you have the same philosophy with, that you have to have shared values and goals. Partners who embrace this mindset are going to prioritize loyalty, commitment, and mutual respect, which are essential for a healthy and lasting relationship. Sharing these values is going to ensure that both partners are on the same page and that they work towards common objectives. So you really shouldn't find yourself being with this partner when all of a sudden they're like, oh yes, honey, I need you to support me because I just committed fraud on about 50 people and I'm about to be indicted. you don't have shared values. If that's what you're bringing to the table, unless your partner is also equally a criminal, you're going to have a problem. So it's important to be on the same page to begin with, that that your partner would never do something so disappointing, that your partner would never compromise the ethics of the family like that. And this is important for personal and professional growth, and you both also can support each other's ambitions, and hopefully those are legal ambitions. What about enhanced communication? Well, also in a ride or die situation, enhanced effective communication is crucial because partners who adopt the ride or die mentality often communicate openly and honestly, fostering a deeper connection. If you can't open up to your spouse and then your spouse is looking at you like, oh my God, like, oh, I need to go tell my girlfriend what I just heard, and therefore betray your confidences and spill your business out into the world, then that's not your partner. That person is a traitor. That person is your Judas to your Jesus. That person is someone you don't need to be in a relationship with. Because if they're that easily misled, if they're that easily tricked, if they have that little common sense to keep the the this sort of confidence or confidentiality between the both of you, that they are pouring your business out into the world, that they have your friends laughing at you, your friends mocking you behind your back, you are not with the right person. And so if that doesn't exist, I don't care whether you hear some prophecy that, oh my God, this person is your perfect soulmate. Oh my God, this person is your twin flame. Oh my God, you people were meant to be together. The universe is aligned. No. If that person can do those terrible things of going behind your back and mocking you and talking about you with others and betraying you to others and betraying you as a whole, you have not found the right person. You have not found the person you need to have. And this is why the ride or die mentality is necessary, because this contributes to the collective growth of the both of you. How can you ever trust each other if one person could so easily be swayed and led aside and lose the mission goal and lose the whole sight of the union so as to insult you both and to soil the reputation of you both and bring dishonor upon your family? That's not ride or die, and that's not a good union to enter into. That's the person you should be running in the other direction from. Choosing a spouse who embraces the ride or die philosophy here can significantly enhance the quality of the relationship. The unwavering support, trust, and mutual respect fostered by this mindset creates a solid foundation for a lasting and fulfilling partnership. Such a relationship would be characterized by emotional stability, effective communication, as well as collective growth, and it would make it a rewarding and enriching experience for both partners. But again, if you can't earn that level of trust between partners, if that one person betrays the other person, you've learned all you need to know. This is not meant for you in life. You need to look for someone else. And that's okay. No one should be so wed to another person to be like, oh my God, that's my perfect person. I will be devastated to the end of time. No. God has a way. The universe has a way. And so even if this one person lets you down, there will always be someone else, and you need to keep looking. You need to have compassion, you have to have the support, you need to have mutual respect, you need to have shared moral values, you need to have inner qualities that complement each other well. You need to be able to grow together spiritually and morally rather than just seeking some sort of gain or profit or some sort of hey, this is what works for me. I feel that my friends will be impressed that I was able to get this certain partner and da 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 da. That's not a good way to start off the relationship. You need mutual respect, you need reliability, you need a healthy relationship which is built on the foundation of trust. The rock that is trust must be the cornerstone of that marriage, of that partnership. You must be able to be your authentic selves without deception. You must be able to communicate openly and be emotionally intimate. You must have long term happiness. If someone's immature, if someone's not trustworthy, if someone's not stable, if someone brings you more stress and anxiety than they've ever brought you in terms of benefits or happiness or joy, this is not your person. You need to find someone who will support your growth, support your aspirations, who will be there with you every step of the way. Because as you're taking the world by storm and you're building that empire, you need to have someone at your side who's willing to be, let's say you're the emperor, you need the empress. Let's say you're the empress, you need the emperor. You need someone who is there for you, who understands your madness, who understands your dreams, and is willing to fight for you every step of the way to the bitter end. That is a true union. That is a true partnership. You should seek nothing less than that. Do not settle. Do not go for anything less. You deserve more. You need to be more. Your partner needs to be more as well. You both need to be on the same page. Anyone else is just child's play, and you need to discard them and move aside and let them find their own happiness with someone else as you find the right person for you. I hope this has been extremely helpful. If you're new here, welcome aboard. This is a safe space. If you're returning, I'm glad that you continue to support this channel. I appreciate you. I love you. You're what makes this channel keep going. I hope, once again, that this has been informative and that future messages also continue to be helpful to you. I wish you a wonderful 4th of July as we are coming up on our nation's celebration of independence. Just be careful out there. Don't do too many fireworks. Some people get nervous in fireworks. Some animals get nervous in fireworks as well. Sometimes it can be a little cruel because some people are just not good with that. So be mindful, be respectful. Thank you so much. I love you. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care.